Welcome back to a special bonus edition of TEHNC podcast in which we talk about Black Panther director Ryan Coogler's other two movies, the first movies he made, which are Fruitvale Station and Creed. And we're going to talk about those in reverse order because we think Fruitvale Station is the more interesting of the two. Creed was as sort of a Rocky film. It's a reinvention of the Rocky film told with a black protagonist and Sylvester Stallone playing Rocky Balboa. So it's a solid film.
Very solid film. It's actually, for a Rocky sequel, I thought it was really quite well done.
For a Rocky film, it was very well done. It's a very solid genre piece, is how I described it. I mean, you can see flashes of his skills as a director. He has great control of the actors and the scenes. I think Sylvester Stallone is not very exciting as an actor, unfortunately. He's sort of iconic, but...
And we do see little hints, you know. He was able to do some pretty good, you know, throwing in some multiple levels of storytelling and at moments, and he was able to put in some cinematic patterns, you know, like his long handheld shots at certain moments.
Long hand that kind of put you in the ring, especially when he's going in and out of the ring.
He creates some really good cinematic, visceral experiences. So we could kind of see some of his mastery going on here.
Right. Well, you can't see Black Panther and Creed.
We can't see that level of mastery yet.
And ironically, there's more mastery on display in Fruitvale Station, which is an independent film. Yeah. Or not independent probably, but it's a much smaller film.
He probably had more control in Fruitvale Station and Panther than he did in...
Right, in this one. So Fruitvale Station is the story of Oscar Grant, the young African-American 21, 22-year-old who was killed by the BART police in a BART station at Fruitvale Station, what's now called Oscar Grant Plaza. And he was handcuffed and lying on the ground and ended up being shot in the back. And the BART cop later said that he was reaching for his taser and shot him and pulled the gun instead. And it's a very carefully constructed film. It's really showing his life. It's the 24 hours before that event happened, essentially, in his life. So you see his relationship with his girlfriend.
Beautiful.
And his child. He has a child with this woman.
And as you pointed out earlier, it's not as heavy as we both expected.
Right. No, it's not as depressing as you expect, even though you know who's going to get killed, and that's very sad. Yeah. But it's also the thing we talked about with Black Panther, too. He's very into the structural issues. Yeah. How, you know, when you don't have any money, having to come up with $50 is really terrible. You know, having to come up with $100 for something, having to do things.
And even the shooting, he takes it out of us, them, and he goes for the structural about how this is a product of society in a very subtle way. It's not like he's making a statement.
Right.
But it's like you can feel like there's kind of no one's at fault and everyone's at fault.
Right. But you can feel the structural issues of racism and of white supremacy in a way, the way the policing targets black people more and they're nervous around police. And it's just wonderful film, and he has a lot of, again, these long tracking shots where he follows him through hallways or through things so you feel like you're
even the police, one of the police officers who was at first like a real asshole, you know, once he's shot, it's like he kind of like wakes up out of his cultural and social kind of construct field.
And of just treating him like a punk.
Just treats him like a human being.
And treats him like
he kind of wakes up, you know, out of that kind of just unconscious, you know, kind of following with the forces of the structures of society.
And it just keeps the film very small. You see his mother and his girlfriend and a few other characters, but not too many. It's just really an impressive film. So that one, kind of, you could see those traces of his mastery in that one.
Yeah, very beautiful film.
Fruitvale Station, if you haven't seen it, is a great film. And Creed is solid. Nothing too exceptional. Yeah. Black Panther is something new and exciting and special. And Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, we love you, man.
You're our hero, man. Yeah. Tops to you.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think that seeing Creed after Black Panther kind of like, you know, was hard to do because you know, if I had seen Creed before Black Panther, I might have thought Creed was a better work just because I then was comparing it.
Right, that's
true. This level of mastery in Black Panther is so far beyond.
I mean, Creed is solid. It's a solid genre piece. Yeah. It's not much more than that, I think, though. But
I have to assume that he just didn't have the kind of control that he had in either Fruitvale.
I mean, he gets away with some interesting things in Creed. His girlfriend in Creed is this young DJ, music maker who's also going deaf, so she has hearing things in her ears, and she's a very interesting character as well.
And very strong female character.
Strong female character
He tends
in
to
that.
really give us very strong, multidimensional
Fruitvale Station
female
too.
characters.
His girlfriend and his mother are both very
Solid
strong,
characters,
solid, interesting characters.
Very real, very. Yeah.
So luckily we saw Creed before we saw Fruitvale Station, so that was kind of nice because Creed wasn't, as you say, compared to Black Panther, it was just sort of a good solid genre piece. Fruitvale Station really has a lot to recommend it, so recommend you check those out. Although neither of them will necessarily give you more insights into the multiple levels and domains of storytelling in Black Panther, but they're great films anyway. So anything else to add? That's pretty much it.
Great stuff.
Hopefully Ryan Coogler won't have any trouble getting his next film made.
I have a feeling he'll be okay.
He'll be okay. And we'll definitely watch that and see what it is, and hopefully it'll be something amazing. In the meantime, peace out, ladies and gentlemen.